It's always a pleasure to come before the tax committee, however rare my opportunities may be, to be here. And I thank you for your attention to the needs of the state. I was shocked when I was chatting with my commanders up in Anoka that they had to pay property tax on the Legion and the VFWs. And I'm like, what? How can that be? I said, well, write me a bill. Oh, there's been many bills. Well, here's another one, and I think maybe this is the year for it, Mr. Chair. And this bill simply, Senate File 255, simply exempts the Legions and the VFWs from paying property tax. And I was thinking, well, why could we not have done that before? And I discovered there is a cost, $50,000, because the Legions don't get the benefit of the property tax refund, and then now those who do pay would be having to incur that. It would generate close to $1 million in savings for the Legions, $900,000 according to the revenue note, and then ongoing, and especially when they're challenged with the pull tab issues, and there's such a backbone of the community where they allow veterans to feel the brotherhood and sisterhood of their peers, and doing so many good things for their communities, which you all know. I mean, you're the choir, and so I think if there was room, you all could co-author this. So with that, Mr. Chair, I have a testifier, and then we can stand for questions. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Senator. Our first testifier is Kristy Janigo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Very good. From the American Legion Department of Minnesota. Welcome to the committee, and please identify yourself for the record.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I'm Dr. Kristy Janigo. I'm the American Legion Department of Minnesota Legislative Chair. So greeting Chair and members. Last year in the House, Representative Wiens and his impressive slate of 13 bipartisan authors had the same bill, which received much support. We do hope this is the year where congressionally chartered veteran service organizations will finally see the elimination of property taxes for their buildings, and we're counting on you. I have in attendance with me Josh Fowler, the operations manager at Arcade Phelan American Legion Post 577 in St. Paul, a post which has struggled with its property tax burden. It has faced setbacks with the condition of its building covered in the Star Tribune and Pioneer Press, and is at risk of losing its building. I also have with me Lori Allert, the commander of Anoka American Legion Post 102. Last year, the Anoka Post paid nearly $15,000 in property taxes. Nearby posts Champlin and Ham Lake have turned in their charters, and the Anoka Post has been experiencing increased requests for financial support from neighboring suburbs. Post 102's ability to serve these increasing needs is limited by its tax burden. Many 501c3 nonprofit organizations receive property tax exemptions after qualifying through their county assessor. Veteran service organizations have other designations such as 501c4 and 501c19. We're asking for access to the same nonprofit property tax exemptions provided to 501c3 nonprofits. Congressionally chartered veteran service organizations have a federal requirement of reporting their volunteer and charitable efforts directly to Congress annually. And because of that accountability, it makes sense for them to pay no property taxes. There are a handful of states that provide the same benefit as a recognition of the good that veteran service organizations do for their communities, and we'd like to see Minnesota among them. A zero tax measure would clear up much of the confusion county assessors across our 87 Minnesota counties have regarding post taxes. This does drive workload at the county level and inefficiencies that are inevitably covered by taxpayers. People make assumptions about our buildings that they are just bars or restaurants or places to gamble. That is absolutely false. So much more happens in our buildings. We have our post meetings there where our membership decides which local organizations to donate proceeds from charitable gambling. In this manner, we prop up small local nonprofits providing important community services, including youth sports, addressing food insecurity and homelessness, not just for veterans, but the entire population, and funding public safety equipment for our cities, such as fire trucks. These are important gaps filled that federal, state, and local government simply cannot address. Our posts in Minnesota are increasingly diverse, as veterans seek places of refuge where they can relax in the camaraderie of like-minded people who have shared experiences. Veterans tend to be slow to trust other people, and that can lead to isolation. We do need social connection as much as other people do, perhaps more, because many do not understand what some of us have been through protecting this country and its freedoms. We hold veteran suicide prevention training with VA partners so that people recognize the signs of suicidal ideation and know how to get some help. Our halls are places where people gather for birthday parties, celebrations of life, and weddings. In small towns, our posts are the only option for such gatherings. Post homes can be important meeting places. For my day job, I'm an assistant county veteran service officer, and I've met homeless veterans to counsel them on housing programs, walk the anxious spouse of a veteran through the application to our state veterans homes, or met veterans to discuss federal VA benefits claims at American Legion posts. The American Legion Department of Minnesota has a total of 531 posts, but more than half of our posts already do not have buildings. 260 of our posts have buildings. Of course, several are struggling and at risk of closing in the future. The communities of Stillwater, Marshall, Northfield, Waite Park, Coon Rapids, and a number of them in the metro area have all had to sell their buildings to survive in the recent past. How many more communities will need to lose the gathering center for charity fundraising and activities before relief is provided? Thank you for hearing this bill.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Senator Abeler, any further comments?
Well, and thank you, Mr. Chair, and maybe I'll take your silence as everybody's like, well, yeah. And I kind of think that would be the answer to this. Well, yeah, and if you needed any more testimony, I could gin up within 30 seconds 4 more testifiers, and if you give us 10 minutes notice, we get 50 more people in here. It is a big deal. If they were all healthy and whole and they were still all over the state, then this wouldn't matter. But Coon Rapids lost one. She gave a list, and many are at risk. And the veteran suicide is not being, it's still too many, 20 a day or something like that. And part of keeping people connected is a way to guard against that. We opened up a place in Anoka for a housing opportunity, and everybody's committed to it. You're like, oh yeah, we want to do that. So just kindly, if we could get this to go, I think this would be a good example of collaboration and the area of total agreement that could show Minnesota that, we in government do understand what's going on, and we're here to make a difference, and we're here to find what we agree on. This is certainly one of those things. So thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate it.